Ramble.
Thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's episode. Keep my wife's name out your mouth. Welcome to Guilty Pleasures.
The Oscars. Oscars.
It's been too long.
Oh my God.
Has it been a full year?
It's been a full year. And did anybody see the joke that he made about it?
No.
On TikTok. It was a good one.
It was good.
What'd he say? I didn't see it.
He didn't say anything. To set the scene.
Okay, set the scene.
It is a stitch.
It's a stitch.
It's a stitch of a girl saying, okay, look at an inanimate object in the room and then just think about what that object thinks of you.
Oh.
And
It's
just
meant
like
to be motivational.
It's motivational and
Yeah.
like a thought,
Oh,
like a
sure.
thought a project or whatever.
Yeah.
And then off screen, like Will Smith is like looking at it and being interested, and off screen he pulls the Oscar and he's like, and before he says something, it cuts out. Such a good joke.
So
Really
funny.
smart.
Such a good
His
joke.
first commentary.
Yeah.
Welcome
About the
to the Everything Everywhere All at Once episode. No, welcome to the Oscar special.
The Oscar goes to
This
Oh.
year, this week, this episode,
Parasite.
we are talking about all the Oscar-nominated movies.
Yeah.
Finally.
This is the first time we've done this.
Oh
big
yeah,
special.
Yeah.
This is a big special. Is this our 100th episode?
Miles.
No.
Damn.
Is it our 99th?
It's close, yeah.
That's exciting though.
Oh yeah.
This is an exciting year to talk about the Oscars because the Oscars are exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are a lot of big popular movies
Yeah.
that are nominated this year. And there's also a lot of very contentious
Yeah.
categories.
Yeah.
So we wanted to get down. We wanted to get into the nitty gritty, go category
We
by
wanted to get
category,
down.
movie by movie. We wanted
do
to
it.
tell you what we think. Also, this may be an unpopular opinion. I think Will Smith should host this year.
I think you should. I think, okay, so.
I think it
Who
would
is
make
hosting?
Good
So-
TV.
Who's hosting?
I don't think anybody anymore.
Yeah, I think they'll never have a host ever again. I really think that we are 5 years away from him hosting. And that's going to be the most, it could be one of the best
It's Jimmy
moments.
Kimmel again.
Oh, good, great. I think it could be one of the best moments of our generation, or obviously one of the worst. It could be either or.
I think by then you're right. Like
There's no
people
in-between
will-
at
Yeah,
all.
it'll be redeeming.
I don't think anybody will be over it.
No.
At all.
No one will
I think
ever be over it.
Nobody's gonna forget that moment.
Between that and Moonlight, it's like we have had a decade of Oscar.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was our COVID.
I
Sorry.
love the Oscars. I love movies,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And there was one year in which Maggie and we were celebrating our anniversary. We were away in Joshua Tree. We rented a place. And as part of my gift, I'm like, hey, I'm not going to watch the Oscars this year. I'm going to be here present with you. And then...
I'm sorry.
Wait, which year?
And
Yeah.
it was the fucking Moonlight year. And so I'm on my phone and I'm
Yeah.
like, we're about to go to bed. I'm like, oh my, Maggie, I am sorry. You gotta get over here. And she's like, you said I don't care. And I'm like, no, this time you care.
Also, that
Yeah.
year was a great Oscar.
Yeah,
I know.
that was a really good year.
My
I think-
least favorite year was The Shape of Water.
Because
It was all boring.
Yeah.
like,
all
as
movies.
like the movies were boring?
Yeah, that year wasn't that
Shape of Water
interesting.
rules.
Eh.
Shape of Water rules.
Eh.
You don't like
Miles,
it?
No,
cut
I
that.
loved Shape of
Cut
Water.
that.
I
Don't
love
cut
Shape
that.
of Water.
Cut that.
You don't like monsters.
She fucks
I
a
hate
fish.
monsters.
What's not
She
to
fucks a
love,
fish.
Kelsey?
She fucks a
For
fish.
Best Picture?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do something more
You know what's
insane.
also
Do
weird?
something more.
Yeah.
Then fuck a fish?
Here's the thing that happens is that when a movie wins Best Picture, they
Yeah.
go like, it's like such an Oscar-y movie. No,
Yeah.
the Oscars have been weird as fuck
Yeah.
lately.
Yes.
And I think that it's
And
time
I-
that we recognize that.
Be more
and I fuck
weird.
with that because I can't wait for this year's Best Picture winner, Top Gun Maverick, because then it's gonna be like, oh man, we're absolutely accepting that we're just rewarding movies that bring people to the theaters.
I like unpredictable Oscars.
Yeah, like Top Gun Maverick.
Like, I really do think y'all
Kelsey.
might be wrong about some stuff, and I can't wait.
Shape of Water is a movie where a woman fucks a fish. That
Okay,
is as
moving
weird as
on.
it
She
gets.
fully fucks a
How
fish.
is this episode happening? We're going to talk about Best Picture nominees and kind of like go spawn off
Yeah.
categories.
Yeah.
So let's just hit it from the top. This year you got 10 Best Picture nominees.
That's a lot, no?
Yeah.
Well, that's they expanded it a couple years ago.
Oh, word.
And so that's how many it has been for the last couple years. I think the
Okay.
one year it was 7.
Yeah, I remember it being
But
7.
anyway, we've
That's
got
a lot. It's too early.
for Best Picture, we've got All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fabelmans, Tar, Top Gun Maverick, Triangle of Sadness, and Women Talking. What are you laughing?
Avatar doing it there? Get out of here.
It felt like if it wasn't, I feel like James Cameron might kill himself.
He might. But I think he has somebody in the basement.
Yeah. Oh,
of
for
just
sure.
Like, you better fucking give me Best Picture now.
Holding someone hostage until
You know what
the
I would have
Oscars.
loved if Avatar got nominated for Best Animated Feature, because then you were being realistic about the situation. Yeah. That is not a live action movie at all.
Not.
If Who Framed Roger Rabbit were made today, it would be Avatar: The Way of Water.
This is a wild list.
Sorry.
This is a wild list.
I've heard people say, why is Avatar nominated not nominated for animated when Marcel the Shell is, or other movies.
Hey, did you see what else is in there?
Puss in Boots, let's go. Let's fucking go.
Well, why don't we just start with Avatar, get it out of the way real quick. It's interesting to hear your reaction, because we've done a whole episode on it. It's interesting to hear your reaction to that, Garrick, because there was a long time where people thought that was going to win.
Really?
And it's
the wrong year.
It's lost momentum.
It's the wrong year for it,
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just like a stunning use of technology rather than a stunning work of art and movie.
And when you're paired up against these guys, Triangle of Sadness, Everything Everywhere.
Christ.
I mean, I hate to even say Elvis, but whatever, people love it. It's the wrong year. You're getting pushed down. You're getting forgotten about.
This is fully the screenplay year.
Yes.
Like, it doesn't matter what it looks like fully, because even Triangle of Sadness was, I don't know how much.
It was pretty great.
It was beautiful.
The
cinematography was fantastic, but it didn't look like the greatest budget of movie.
When you're Avatar and you are going to lose to a movie that is visually more crazy and stunning and chaotic, we've peaked cinema.
I think so.
Are we already, just to catch us, are we already forgetting Avatar the way we forgot the first Avatar?
Yes.
Because this one was more emotionally moving.
Yeah.
It was better than the first one, but we're still like, fuck it.
It can't
It's just
be.
after the kid got caught the third time, I was like, get me out of this fucking theater.
Yeah.
I don't want to be here anymore.
I would
I'm so
honestly
sorry.
say for me, the only one I didn't see was The Fabelmans.
Yeah.
But for me, it is the least interesting on this list. I think
Avatar is.
Yes, I think
right.
the 9 other films.
It's less interesting than a movie you haven't even seen.
Yes.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and say, I guess I'm the Avatar stan here.
Yeah.
I disagree. I think that it would in another year be a satisfying winner because of how unbelievably insane the technology is.
Yeah.
But we've talked about Avatar, so fuck it.
Yeah.
Let's
Go watch that episode if you're.
Go watch that
got a boner.
episode. It is a video game. Anyway.
People have been begging us for months to do an episode on Everything Everywhere All at Once, which is probably my favorite movie of the year, of maybe the last few years. And we were like, no, guys, we're not going to do an episode on that because there's nothing to joke about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But now we found a way to do it.
Yeah, it's not fun. The movie is funny, but talking about it is not funny at all. We are just going to sit here and cry and think about life. That's pretty much all you can do when discussing this film. I was gonna bring up something that was
an
spoilery.
experience. It is.
Yeah.
The first act might be the best first act of any movie I've ever seen ever. Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah.
But it is also creating such a conversation in the zeitgeist of nominations as for actors. It's just becoming a historical film without trying. And the fact that we're still standing this long after it came out and joking about how Avatar sucks, just goes to show how strong of a movie it is.
I mean, I think this is the earliest movie on this list, is it not?
It is. It came out, January, February or March? Everything Everywhere All at Once. If you have not seen, good luck for me trying to do a synopsis. It is a multiverse jumping movie.
About family.
About family. It's Michelle Yeoh stars as a laundromat owner who discovers that there are a million multiverses in which she could have been anything.
Anywhere, all at once.
It's a movie.
Thanks, Miles.
Yeah, Kelsey.
Thanks, Miles.
It's a movie about how it feels to live now in an age of noise and overinformation. It's a movie about the immigrant experience and generational trauma and healing. It's a movie about a lot of things. It's a movie that uses wacky comedy and kung fu and sci-fi tropes and hot dog fingers. It is ridiculous and absurd. Everything that can be said about it has been said, but we're going to throw our hats into the ring. It has incredible performances, and what I think is so magical about it is that it is a weird, independent movie that was made out of love and not made for awards, not even made knowing it was going to find an audience.
Not even because I did go to the premiere of it.
What?
You did?
I did.
Do we remember this?
Are you a little Hollywood boy?
I'm a little Hollywood.
Why do we not remember this?
I don't know. I just didn't mention it.
Wow.
I was a +1 for somebody else. This is not me being invited.
Michelle
to
Yeoh
something.
took care of it.
me and Yo are fucking tight.
Yeah, sounds like it.
I mean, we're on a last name basis.
Sounds like it.
No, I went to it, so I got to hear them talk about
The Daniels.
I heard the Daniels talk about how like they made it with like 20 people, and that alone, and it getting all of this buzz, and I believe it'll definitely win. It'll probably win Best Picture.
It's the strong frontrunner, which is crazy to say.
And me and Miles were saying off camera that we're terrified that because it is such a fan favorite, that it's gonna get like Oscared, which is like, traditionally goes to a lot of basic.
Yeah. My worry is that they're going to have too much pressure put on them, and then they're going to try to make something bigger. And I actually want them to make something smaller, like Swiss Army Man again, because Swiss Army Man is my favorite movie.
I love Swiss Army Man.
And, or at the very least, top 5.
Yeah.
And I worry that with this, it's been blown up, and when stuff gets blown up like that, it's too much pressure.
Okay, so I
agree.
think the opposite. I am ready to see them tackle adapted IP. Like, I want to see them do a Marvel thing or a
Do you know,
DC
by the
thing.
way, that they were offered, sorry to interrupt, they were offered to do Loki season 1, and they turned it down to make everything everywhere all at once.
Wow.
Right, and I'm happy about that
Yep.
because now they're not going to get notes.
Yeah, that's true.
If you want a Daniels movie, you're getting a fucking Daniels movie.
Yeah, damn right.
Especially as Oscar winners. Like, they love to, like, all of these, like, big studio houses and all that stuff, whenever they give you a franchise, they love to bully you into their vision. And now, seeing the success of this movie, if somebody were to approach them and say, like, hey, could you do Secret Wars or whatever for Marvel? And then they're just like, yeah, cool. Are you okay with us doing Secret Wars?
It's going to be our version.
We're going to do Secret Wars.
They're not doing a Marvel movie.
They're
ever.
not. I don't think they will.
They'll never.
I think they
will.
would say no.
Yeah.
I was going to soft pivot into saying that like 3 of the actors are in the big categories for 4?
Yeah, because we have 2 in supporting actress.
Oh,
Jamie
you're
Lee,
right.
yeah.
Jamie Lee, I
Separate
forgot
shit.
about.
So what's crazy to talk about, and I don't want to get too bogged down in just talking about, like, we should talk about categories, but then let's talk about things we love as well, which is hard. But what's crazy is that we can consider Everything Everywhere All at Once the front runner in every category
You
right
think?
now.
It is.
Yes, because they're leading in nominations. They have been cleaning up the indicative awards leading up, the PGAs, the SAG awards. They are the most winningest film
Love that word.
of all time at the SAG Awards, I believe tied with All Quiet on the Western Front. They won the most SAG Awards of any movie ever. This thing
They're
is
tied with another movie that's also nominated.
I'm sorry, I said All Quiet on the Western Front,
Yeah.
and that is not even at all what I meant. I meant
Saving Private Ryan?
Not even close either.
Okay.
On the Waterfront. Don't know why.
Oh,
An old school.
Yeah.
wow. Okay,
And
wow.
I might be wrong with that fact too.
So you think
I'm just
Michelle-
saying things.
Okay.
You think Michelle Yeoh is beating Kate Blanchett for Best Actress?
I don't know, I
know.
hope so.
I
she
hope
does.
so too.
Yeah.
But I'm terrified again that she's fan favorite, and so they're gonna go basic traditional with Kate Blanchett.
Kate Blanchett is incredible in Tar. She is magnetic. It is impossible to not like. I watched Tar last night. You are like the filmmaking is super restrained.
Yeah.
It is very still filmmaking, and wherever Kate Blanchett is on that screen, your eyes are glued to her. She is a monster. But you also love her. It is an incredible, insane performance. There's one moment in Tar where Cate Blanchett leans down to a little girl who's been bullying her daughter and says, "Hello, let's say the daughter's name is Kelsey. I forget." She goes, "I'm Kelsey's father, and I'm gonna fuck you up." Like she just bullies this little girl, and it is so incredible and chilling.
See, this is what I hate though, is that sometimes my brain will go, okay, Everything Everywhere is gonna win the big one. It's gonna get some of these side categories. So I'm okay with Cate Blanchett winning Tar. But I don't think that that's right. I think if it's gonna be the fucking banger, if it's gonna make history, then it should sweep everything.
Michelle Yeoh, can we talk about her in this film? Because I know that some people have said oh, well, what she's doing acting-wise isn't that hard. She is phenomenal in this movie. She's physical. She is bringing pathos.
Yeah.
She's
as much as Cate Blanchett is, very, very hard to not to take your eyes off of. She's not fighting anybody, and that's that. That's the end all be all. It's Michelle Yeoh. Every time she's on screen, you're like, wow, I'm really into what she's doing, and then she's also fighting.
God, she's so fucking good.
It's, I don't know. It kind of, the physicality that is involved with her performance has to put her somewhere.
I agree entirely. I think it's an overlooked.
Yeah.
I mean, I think just stunts and physicality in general is an overlooked element of movie
why
making.
don't we have best stunts?
We need an Oscars for a stunts Oscar.
I agree.
The fact that all of these people are literally putting their lives on the line.
Tom Cruise will win every year.
Yeah, good point, actually. Shit, never mind.
But you would see so many people get name recognition for stunts. Tom Cruise would probably win, for the next 3 years or something like that. Because he has this, and then he has the 2 Mission Impossibles coming out.
Yeah, damn. That guy can move.
I'd say the most feel-good story of this has been Ke Huy Quan, who plays Waymond in the movie. And he is just so fucking good in this movie. And then every time he gives a speech, I cry.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite parts of Everything Everywhere are just seeing the way that he turns.
Yes.
The moment where he is in a suit, looking all badass, talking about how he would love to do laundry and taxes in another universe.
That's going to be in every wedding vow.
It's so, but the fact that he is this little dork in the beginning of the movie, and then he switches into badass Terminator.
Yeah.
And then it's in this, in a Mood for Love multiverse.
Right.
He is the sexiest leading man you've ever seen.
Right. Because all you need is a good slick back, and you're in there, man.
He's looking good.
You're in there, baby. Good slick back and some glasses.
That to the design of this movie. I mean, we didn't even talk about just the elements of fantasy and designing multiverse, the cinematography of multiverse. I mean, it's unmatched.
This is a man that just went from beating the shit out of people with a fanny pack to fully in a suit and tie and a tux, and it's just it's phenomenal. The switch is phenomenal. I can't even phenomena.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. And just him, smoking a cigarette, saying I would have loved to do taxes and laundry with you, and then walking into a fogged out alley. It's just dog, I didn't know you were fucking Batman, dog. Where did this come from?
This may come as a shock, but my life sometimes is stressful. That's right, I get stressed out just like the next person. And what I've recently realized about myself is that sometimes when I'm stressed out, that stress manifests in unhealthy ways. I'll find myself reacting negatively or quickly or brashly. And luckily, I have therapy to help reflect on that and to make me a better version of myself. Therapy, whether you think you need it or not, I really feel like it's something that can help everybody. It gives you better coping skills. It learns you how to set boundaries. It really just empowers you to be the best version of yourself. If you're thinking of starting therapy, why don't you give BetterHelp a try? It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. My schedule is chaotic, but BetterHelp I can always make time for. Discover your potential with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/guiltypleasures today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/guiltypleasures.
After watching this movie for the second time, I looked up the price of laundromats
Yes.
in Los Angeles to see if I could buy one.
Let's go fucking run one. I don't care. Let's live a simple life. You know, like, so, okay, we've talked about this, but my whole thing with this movie is that it simplifies nihilism in a very beautiful way.
Yes.
Right? And that's like stunning, and it makes you understand it. But Rick and Morty did that first.
Rick and Morty.
in an episode.
It was all I could think about.
No, it was like in the interdimensional cable episode that everybody loves to quote and all that stuff. The best part about that is not the cable thing. It is the B story of that, where it is Beth and Jerry looking at their lives as they hadn't had summer, and they would have been successful and a real surgeon and all that stuff. And then they find out that even still, they would have been in love with each other.
Aww.
Like they would have found each other somehow, and blah, blah, blah. And this movie does the same thing, but for 2.5 hours, which is really beautiful to like extrapolate that point to that. But knowing that part of it, as soon as the movie like started, and then it was just like, we're going into multi dimensions and all that stuff, and then they started doing the nihilistic angle of things, I was like, oh, I know exactly where this is going.
Yeah. Although to me, I totally get that, because I love that episode of Rick and Morty, and I loved, Rick and Morty. I haven't watched it in a while, but the first couple of seasons I really enjoyed. Yeah. I think that what I like about this movie is that Rick and Morty is a show that wears nothing on its sleeve. Nothing matters ever. Yeah, absolutely. And this is a movie that
does the exact opposite.
And the Daniels in general, every project of theirs, it is like every emotion is at the tip of their tongue. Right. They
feel it all.
They feel it all. Rick and Morty does the opposite of like keeping your heart as guarded as humanly possible, and theirs is on their sleeve, which is a nice little dichotomy.
It goes to the end too, because the climax of this movie, not to spoil, but it's an empathy fight.
Yes.
It's a kung fu movie where I'm not going to hurt you. I'm going to let you feel seen and loved.
Right.
My favorite, the last thing for me that I want to just touch on, is one of the true magical moments. I assume this will get a theatrical re-release at some point, or they'll be doing screenings. If you haven't had the pleasure of seeing this in a theater, you should, not because movies are better in a theater, they are, but there's one moment where there are rocks with googly eyes, and the movie is silent, and it purely dives headfirst into nihilism. Yeah. And the pockets of nervous laughter and then recognition that you hear, it is, I like get chills when I think about it. I think it's one of the most magical movie-going experiences that I've ever had.
And it's silent in the theater.
The movie is dead silent.
Yeah. When I did see it, the first time I saw it in the theater, it was literally like you can hear a pin drop.
Yeah.
It was fucking crazy, because everybody was so focused on it, and then again the movie falls silent. There was no sound at all, and then you're just reading. It just felt like silent reading for the first time.
Even though you can hear a pin drop, you can feel the emotion, the people
from
processing it, and then just going like,
oh god, yeah.
Now, another point of this movie that's interesting is it's not nominated for VFX because a lot of the shit they did was practical. Which is crazy. Because like the sequence, one of my favorite sequences from a movie in the last several years is when Stephanie Hsu is like, you see all this, like I have control of all this. It's when they're fighting, and a fucking 1,000 different objects appear in her hand, and they flicker all at once, and it's like breathtaking. I fucking loved it, but it's all practical.
It's all practical.
Saying it's all practical, yes, like
it's all, most of it is built. It is like they shot things on set. They used camera trickery instead of just having it be in a CGI.
But the VFX are also super impressive. They were done by just a group of friends.
Yeah.
in their house.
That's what's so fucking sick about all of this.
Yeah.
It's just green screen.
An underdog story.
It is an
Even
underdog
the directors
story.
themselves didn't expect that.
Real quick, and then we do have to move on. You mentioned Stephanie Hsu. She is a fucking revelation in this
For
film.
supporting.
What's crazy though is that Jamie Lee Curtis is at this moment being considered the front runner to win, and I think that is the one thing that is going to make people hate this movie.
Do we think though that it's the legacy? Like, do we think it's giving her the flowers? Like, do we feel like it's?
I think it's name recognition.
Yeah,
for sure.
And the reason we say this is because the SAG Award, like 9 out of the last 10 times, has been the predictor of this award. But you're talking about giving someone flowers who deserves it. She's going to win over Angela Bassett.
Angela Bassett did the thing.
Which is crazy. I mean,
do you think they're going to do that at the Oscars?
Someone's going to say
Somebody's
something.
going to say
Jimmy Kimmel will.
If she wins, whoever announces her
is better
just
fucking say that.
She did the thing, Angela Bassett.
and it would be. I would be okay with Angela Bassett winning to get that moment.
No, it is very crazy that Jamie Lee Curtis could win against someone who is better than her in the movie.
In the same movie.
In the same movie.
But that Stephanie's gonna be. She's a huge star already, and she's gonna get it.
Is she? What do you mean she's a huge star already?
She's going to be a star. Like,
I
this
hope
movie
so.
has propped her up to be hired forever and
She's
ever.
gonna be-
And
she's gonna be
she's an
huge.
incredible actress, and I have no doubt she's gonna win.
She's gonna be
I think
huge.
this might be a legacy play, and they're just gonna give Jamie Lee the fucking.
And that's fine. I think Stephanie Hsu has a long.
Calling it a trophy is very
Okay.
funny.
No. I am sick of doing this. She should win.
Yeah.
She should absolutely win.
We agree.
I don't like the politics of it at all because I
We hate that.
Beyonce not winning Best Album at the Grammys is truly just because people are like, well, she was gonna win anyway, so I'm just gonna not vote for her. It's just like, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
She made the
Give
best
it
thing.
to the best.
Give
Yeah.
it to the best.
She should have won.
Give it to the best. We need to have a society where the best thing wins. I'm sick of this.
Hell yeah.
We need to live in a society.
Yeah.
I agree.
In a society.
Meritocracy.
Yeah.
What movie do you guys want to talk about next?
I was
Kelsey?
gonna actually say to do Triangle of Sadness.
Oh my God.
Because it is so fucking good.
I text the group this morning that I'm coming in depressed because I just finished Triangle of Sadness.
The movie didn't depress you.
No, the movie didn't depress me. How good it was depressed me. I've never laughed harder at a quote unquote dark comedy.
Yeah.
Usually with dark comedies, you're just like, oh, that's clever. Oh, ha ha ha, that's good. That's a solid one. Most of this movie, I was like dying laughing. There's like a really, really subtle moment that I probably won't talk about, but it involves them on the boat and their partners talking to someone else, the model's partners talking to somebody else. That, like, this is 6 a.m. maybe, and I'm crying laughing.
Can you guys give a
Synopsis?
just one sentence synopsis?
It's about
I haven't seen Triangle. It seems
oh
very.
my God, you haven't?
Seems very up my alley.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's
about-
about rich white people who get shown their privilege in a reflective way that can destroy.
Yeah. It is
Is it a
class,
shipwreck?
It is class warfare. It is not about a shipwreck. It
It's
is
about so much other stuff.
It's about upstairs, downstairs. Of
Lord of the
boats.
Flies.
Yeah, Lord of the Flies for sure.
Sweet.
The ending, which we won't reveal, has shook me to my core.
Yeah.
It has made me question my own reality.
Yeah.
It is also very sad that one of the lead actress, the
Yeah, she
girlfriend,
passed away.
passed right
Oh.
after this film premiered, and what I was bummed to not see was any actresses supporting from that film.
Yeah,
because
that was
I
a
think
surprise
they
to people.
did
Yeah.
incredibly well.
I think that they didn't have enough
star
screen time.
power. Oh,
Screen time. I think that it was a large ensemble movie. To where it's just like, okay, well, who am I really going to, for one, say is the lead? Although we start off with the model couple and we're with them
a lot.
a good amount of the time. I would
no
probably say they get the
spoilers,
most
yeah.
screen time, but there are just so much to the supporting cast to where they almost rival if they're the lead or not.
Best ensemble would be a fun category.
Oh,
They do that at other awards, but not
Really?
the Oscars. Yeah.
Oh, they
I know
should.
people wanted Dolly De Leon to get a Best Supporting nomination, and I think that just speaks to how stacked the category is this year.
Yeah.
Ruben Osterlund, the director, he directed Force Majeure. He was a surprise Best Director nominee. Honestly, the reason I haven't seen it, even though I know that I will love it, is that it feels like one of those movies that people love, but is not going to actually play that big into the race this year.
I actually have a question, and now is as good a time as any. What do you think that an Oscar win means in the industry today? Obviously, like with the internet and with viral marketing and with like people being able to get second opportunities based on just a nomination, what do you think that the impact of a win has other than just like bragging rights?
Can I give the honest answer?
Yeah.
I think it's a 0 at the end of your salary.
Yeah.
I think
Sure.
I don't know that it, like, as someone who would love to win one, I don't know if it means that much in changing the trajectory of your career.
But it makes you make more money for the next stuff you do.
You will have so much bargaining power.
Because it's Oscar winner, because you'll be able to put,
because you can literally add that to your credit.
And to the trailer of the next movie.
The trailer of the next
Oscar
movie.
Academy,
I imagine it means more than we can ever fathom to you as a person.
Right. Yeah.
But if you look, I mean, there are Oscar winners from the last couple of years who it has not
done much for
done stuff to them. So
or they just don't need to work that much anymore. Because they're making that much more money, they can be very, very selective of the movies that they're making. And then also like that extra 0 does add to the budget, it does limit your prospects a little bit, where it's like, well, who can actually afford to pay me this much?
Yeah. And to people who don't necessarily know, me included, who votes on the Oscars? How are they decided? And do we feel that is representative of like the popular opinion?
No.
It's the Academy.
The Academy.
So the Academy is made up of motion picture experts, not experts. It is professionals working within the Academy. You have to be invited. And so as I understand it, like editors get to vote for the editing category. Actors vote for the acting category. And then there are categories in which everyone gets to vote.
It does feel weird, though, that's like who's doing it and not.
Maybe I'm wrong about that, actually, though. Maybe actors vote for nominations. Honestly, Miles, you should fact check that, because now I've said something confidently and I'm not sure if I am right.
Confidently and securely.
Yeah.
Whoa.
One movie we should hit, because it is stacked in the acting category and also we all love it. Martin McDonagh's The Banshees of Inisherin.
Oh my God.
I couldn't believe how much I liked this movie.
Yeah.
I can't believe how much it did not get recognized. The only reason why I watched this is because I love Martin McDonagh. I think if his stuff is incredible. His
In
writing's
Bruges,
incredible.
7 Psychopaths, 3 Billboards.
I loved it, but they billboarded, no pun intended, this movie all across LA. Like it was more wrapped than fucking Abbott Elementary, shout out to Quinta. And that show is everywhere. And so I was like, I'm finally just gonna give this a shot. Watch it on a rainy Saturday afternoon, which I highly recommend.
The best way to watch it.
That feels right.
It is
Feels
a
correct.
slice of life in a specific time, character driven, relationship driven.
Yeah.
It's not about the music. It's not really about the setting. It's not really about the cinematography. It really is about these relationships, these actors.
It's character movie.
Yeah, it's
And
a character movie for
For
sure.
that reason, I do think that Colin Farrell is going to win Best Actor in a Leading Role.
Interesting.
You don't
And
think
he's
Brendan Gleeson is going to win for supporting?
Is Brendan Gleeson even
you mean-
nominated?
He is.
Oh, for supporting, I put our Everything Everywhere guy.
Yeah, Ki Huy Kwan.
Okay.
And honestly, totally, I think Brendan Gleeson is not the next best. I think Barry Keoghan. Is that how you say
Yes.
his name? Oh my God, I think he's fucking incredible in this
He is
movie.
really good in
fucking
this
movie.
movie.
He is so sad and dumb and pathetic.
I think it's because to me, the accent, it's so like he's
Jesus.
the same character a lot. Where it's
No,
like
he's fucking
are you talking
not.
about?
the way he talks.
No,
is the same
he
character.
just has an accent
the whole time.
No.
Genuinely,
because him and the
I would
the
have talked to them
Eternals.
just to clarify. I think he's great, and shout out to him.
That's great.
Hit me up if you want.
He is like him in the. I was shocked at how different he was playing this from what I've seen him in previously.
Interesting.
The last thing I saw him in was The Eternals, which is cool movie,
Oh, never
whatever.
saw that.
But he's like a very confident and cocky, like I'm very much smarter than everybody else around me.
Here he is the dumbest
simple, dummy,
sad little man.
And he's just like the way that
he's a boy.
Yeah,
he's a boy.
Definition of a boy.
The way that there is a scene where he asks someone on a date,
it's so
and
awkward.
just the feeling of hope, then dashed by a slight letdown.
Yeah,
is just so beautiful in the way that he like approaches it and and the choices that he makes with his demeanor. Yeah,
that scene that you are discussing.
Yeah.
Is to me the single best piece of acting in any category in any movie this year.
Yeah.
That scene shattered me and is beautiful.
Yeah.
Carrie Condon, who he acts opposite of in that scene, she's nominated for Best Supporting Actress. That's my choice for Best Supporting Actress.
She's not going to get it, though. It's too unsung.
I think that and the reason why I think she stands a shot is because I think people love this movie, and that's the only one that could break through.
What do you think is going to get? Who's actor in lead for you?
So, okay, and then let's talk about that. Colin Farrell. I fucking love Colin Farrell. What I love about Colin Farrell, too, in this movie is his sad eyebrows. Colin Farrell has, like inverted eyebrows the entire movie, and I don't know how he did it.
Yeah.
But people, so Best Actor is a hotly contested one this year because you got our boy C. Farrell, who I would love to see win. I think that's super exciting. You've got the sad boy king, Paul Mescal from After Sun, maybe too small of a movie. You've got Brendan Fraser in The Whale. Talk about sad.
Wow.
And then what may win is Mr. Elvis himself, Austin Butler.
Yeah, because he changed his voice.
And it got stuck.
It got
Have you
stuck.
heard?
His voice is stuck different.
Yeah.
Before you guys talk about Elvis, I wanted to clarify what you just said earlier about who votes on these.
Thank you.
So there are 8,000 Academy members, and often it's like if you're a nominee, you get invited to this, Academy. Everyone votes on a list of eligible films to see what can be nominated. There's like a magic number. If it gets enough votes, it gets nominated. And then the winners are also decided by any past and present Academy members. They all vote. And they are encouraged to not vote on categories where they exclude expertise, but they don't limit you based on that.
There you go.
They say
So you're kind of like, this is what I can contribute to this, and I know who I am.
It's an honor system.
It's an honor system.
Great.
But like it's not just actors. Like Kendrick Lamar is in the Academy. So it's like other artists that are sort of in
That's really
entertainment.
cool.
Do you think Kendrick Lamar watched The Banshees of Inisherin?
I hope so.
I want to hear his commentary.
I think he's
He's fucking cool, man.
He's a Pulitzer Prize winner. Like,
Yeah,
I
like
think
he's-
Poet. I
think
bet you he
watches.
likes
He watches art.
and most of his art has been very film driven. If I'm being honest,
Totally.
Yeah.
yeah. Right,
Brendan Gleeson cut his fingers off. Yeah.
But I mean, Good Kid, Mad City was a short film,
There you go.
and To Pimp a Butterfly was like I don't know, an opera almost.
good.
I think he's into it for
Definitely.
sure.
Oh yeah. Banshees. I mean, God. Before we even talk about Elvis, because screenplay is also. Have you guys just read the best adapted screenplay category? Because it is crazy.
All Quiet on the Western Front, Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery.
Sorry, I meant original.
Oh.
The Banshees of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fabelmans, Tar, Triangle of Sadness.
Jesus
That is a
God damn it.
hot category.
Yeah, damn.
I hope that Triangle of Sadness.
Me
wins
too.
that
I'm
one
putting it because I want to manifest it.
Yeah, because I don't think. I think like Tar and Banshees are a very specific slice of life, and that's cool. Everything Everywhere All at Once
It is OG.
It's just like it's OG. It's a really good take on something that we kind of seen.
In another year,
You
it
know.
feels like Everything Everywhere would win screenplay and nothing else.
Right.
Because that's what like they did for Get Out. That's what they did for Promising Young Woman.
Exactly.
But now this year, it's
Yeah.
like is it gonna? There's no way that it wins picture, director, and screenplay. So then to me, I'm like maybe they give it to Martin McDonagh, which I can't remember if he's won screenplay or not.
I think for
I think
Three
one?
Billboards?
For Billboards,
Yeah.
I believe.
Maybe he did.
I don't know.
Or direct, maybe? No.
Did you guys like Elvis?
No.
I liked him and Elvis. The thing about it is you're not going to get me to watch a movie about Elvis stealing music from black people and then be like, well, he was actually pretty cool about it. It's like, fuck, no, shut up.
No, but Garrick, I think the movie showed that he was inspired and embraced by the black community.
Oh, yeah. He was like,
no, it's so crazy.
So it's so fucking wild. There's a phenomena that's going on where it's just like, if you're the one white person doing a black thing in a room full of black people and it's like slightly okay, then you're a god.
Yeah.
And this movie is the ultimate version of that, where it's just like, oh man, 100%. He's kind of doing our thing. Wow. And then, the white community will take him and be like, guess what?
Wow, look who got invited to the cookout.
Yeah, right. Look, he's white. Can you believe it? This is fucking amazing.
We got one in there.
No.
Okay, but at least
you're not going to get me to care about Elvis. Yeah. I don't give a fuck about that dude. The movie was beautiful. Boz Lerman, great,
I love
good
Boz.
job.
He's kooky crazy.
Austin Butler did a fantastic job, of course.
So you can just never care about Elvis.
I just can't care about Elvis.
I get that.
Yeah, I can care about literally
that is my own personal journey.
Every other aspect of the movie, like the costume design, the visuals. Like, I'm surprised there isn't more just about like styling and cinematography and design, and sound maybe, but it's not giving Best Picture at all.
No, it's just like
it's also too exhausting of a movie. Yeah. I loved it, and then I wanted to. It's like being on a roller coaster that never stops spinning around and like around and around.
All of the loops. It's a loopy ass movie.
Loopy ass movie.
Yeah.
It's also crazy. I don't know who in the world is like, finally a movie about Elvis. His manager.
Right. Yeah, great. And Tom Hanks is good.
Is in it.
He's Southern.
But what we will say, we thank Elvis for two things. One, for breaking Austin Butler and making him stuck in an accent. And two, the scene, which is so good, in which they go, that's the thing. He's white.
It's just like,
he's white?
And I swear to God, man, but good for him. Good for Austin Butler.
And honestly, good for him.
Good for him.
Oh my God. And good for him.
But honestly, Best Actor is one of those interesting categories where if you look at who did genuinely give the best performance, it's probably Austin Butler. He transformed. You look at the side by sides.
See Whale.
I didn't see Whale.
I did decide to watch it last night only because I needed to have somebody in this room that had a voice to it.
Yeah.
I wondered what the fuck this movie was about and for. I had heard so many men specifically in my life talk about how they sobbed at this movie, how they cried, and I was like, meh, bleh. What is this stupid movie about? And then I saw Brendan Fraser. And I agree that the fat suit is wrong. I agree the way that the movie is portrayed. I did not know it was an Aronofsky movie, which made so much more fucking sense because we give him so many passes because he's a fucking weirdo artist that I was like, all right, if I'm looking at it from that lens, I'm looking at it from a male perspective. It crushed me. This movie is about a man who has given up on himself but has not given up on the people he loves. And to see that from a man's point of view fucking broke me to understand Brendan's story within Hollywood, to understand his trajectory, to see what he was from the way he was portrayed here, made me fall more in love with him. His performance is fucking devastatingly gorgeous. And I hate to say that I would recommend it if for nothing else than just his acting.
Wow. So how do you? So you're the only one of us who have seen all of those. Because you also saw After Sun. Who would you rank at top?
I genuinely think Colin Farrell's gonna get it.
Okay.
But I would say second should be Brendan.
But who do you think should get it?
Oh
damn. Yeah.
Fuck, maybe Brendan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because again, it's not just this movie. It is everything.
Well, and then you go into the narrative thing, right? And it's really hard with these awards and that's what I was getting at, like who should win, right? Who gave the best performance? But it's so hard to separate that from who gave the best performance and whose story is.
It's not like it's not one note, and he does not move from one room the entire movie.
I think I speak. Wow.
Yeah.
I speak for the world in which I say a Brendan Fraser win would
make
just
us all
delight
very happy.
Delight us all.
I
He'll
hate
cry
that it's
and it'll
surrounded
make
by
us
the
cry.
controversy of completely justified reason. But I will say, that being said, I don't think it should be the reason why he doesn't win.
All Quiet on the Western Front, none of us saw, correct?
I did,
You
and
did?
my friend wrote it. Her name's Leslie.
Wow.
Her and her
What the fuck?
husband.
Beautiful.
I went to the premiere. I cried. It's an adventure. I recommended it to everyone. The only thing I don't like about it, which is obnoxious for me to say, is it does feel like
The
a
glorification
movie.
of war.
The what?
It's
The
opposite.
glorification of war.
No. It shows how terrible
Yeah,
it is.
the whole point
Okay.
of that is the exact opposite. It's the futility of war.
Oh,
It's
great.
giving what all those war Oscar noms give, which is like, yeah, when you tell a story that big and that dramatic and it's done right, like
1917.
Yeah, I was about to say 1984. Not that movie. It is just really fucking good about a white baby-faced Euro-looking man who
Hell
gives
yeah.
devastating looks.
Hell yeah.
And I don't think we need more of those wins, but it's a beautifully written, beautifully adapted. It would go up there. I think Women Talking is going to get adapted, but I would probably give that second.
Okay, Women Talking, I love this movie.
It's
and
giving
I want
August Osage County. It's giving play. It's giving.
It is okay to me. It is the perfect antidote to 12 Angry Men.
Yes.
Because
nice.
instead of 12 Angry Men yelling in a room, you have 8. I don't know how. 12-ish.
Neutral.
Very intelligent, respectful women just in a room discussing what to do. Sounds like it should be boring. Sounds like it should be homework. The plot of this movie. There's been a horrible series of attacks in a community.
A Mennonite community.
An anemone community.
What is that?
A Mennonite?
It's like a religious community.
Yeah.
You honestly are going to watch the movie
It's
and be like,
Quaker.
is this 17th century? But it's actually 2010.
Okay.
There's been a series of horrible attacks in this insular community. The women have 3 choices. Stay and do nothing, stay and fight, or leave. And the entire movie is a discussion between the characters of what decision to make. And Sarah Polley, who wrote and directed this movie, fucking knocked it out of the park.
How is she not nominated?
That is Kelsey she's my choice for best adapted screenplay.
Yeah.
I think when you ask me who should have been in the director category, I think Sarah Polley. This movie, again, when I tell you it's just women in a room talking, it is so dynamic and exciting and interesting. The first 5 minutes of the movie, you go, oh no, this is going to be homework.
Yeah.
Because it has that like dull color grading. And you're like,
religious scene.
and you're like, fuck, I don't want to do this.
Here we go.
And it
defies every.
grabs you and is riveting. This is like the one that really surprised me and took me away. And I know, and the reason I'm getting up on my pedestal here is because I know you don't want to see it.
Yeah, I didn't want to see it either.
You're like, it's a
I'm a
movie
woman
called Women Talking.
who
I
talks.
don't want to watch a movie about anyone talking. This movie rules.
It is
That's great.
really strong too in the category of topical conversation about like a Me Too movement. It was a book in 2018.
Yeah, based on a real series of events.
Yes, that happened in, I believe, in
I don't know.
Europe somewhere.
Yeah, it wasn't America.
Yeah, but the fact that this is still happening in this day and age, it says a lot without meaning to.
Well, and the movie, I think, ultimately is about imagining a better future.
It
and that's
says
what,
that line in there. It's like, this is a women's imagination or whatever.
this is a work of women.
Imagining.
Yeah, but it's like it's a parable of like what they're doing, but their discussions are about, can we imagine a better future for the way women and men and the world interacts? It's just...
It's
fuck
stellar. Yeah,
all right,
I love it.
we got to quick hit some of these other movies. Top Gun Maverick, which is Garrick's choice for Best Picture.
Yeah, it is my choice for Best Picture. I think that it is done. No, I'm kidding. I think that...
I mean, Joseph Kosinski, that's another guy who, like, when are we going to put respect on action directors? It's crazy that...
if we are just looking at the difficulty of movies as far as... what should win Best Director, right? Or like Best Picture.
It wasn't even nominated for Best Cinematography.
It's fucking crazy.
Tar, we mentioned briefly. Cate Blanchett, you're a genius. She's wonderful. The movie is super restrained. And I'm surprised to see Todd Field, who's an incredible director, get a directing nomination because the movie, like,
good point.
Restrained is the only word I can, but it creates this overwhelming sense of dread. I liked it more than you did, right?
I think it was, for me, it was a little bit too masturbatory. It was a little gratuitous. It was pretty. Kate Blanchett rocked. I liked the ending.
Yep.
But the first and second act for me were like,
it's too much.
I'd rather go to the dentist.
It's very slow and deliberate.
Yeah.
What I like about it is it like has within it these questions of, you know, it kind of meditates on cancel culture, that question of, can you separate the art from the artist? She goes on this whole rant about how Bach was a terrible person, but can't you listen, you know, are you going to listen to this song and tell me it's not great? And what I kind of like about it as a movie is that it says you can't separate the art from the artist because the artist being a monster is their art. But it also says that it doesn't matter if you separate the art from the artist, because if you are a terrible person in your life, then you are only going to be remembered by the ghosts of people who come decades after you, but the people who live with you now will live in fear and hatred of you. And that was kind of one of my takeaways from it.
For the most interesting thing about it for me was that it is supposedly based on a real woman, a real composer, which knowing that, I was like, damn, this is shots fucking fired. And apparently that woman has come out saying like, this is a terrible movie and it's a horrific description, which made me go like, oh yeah, that's you.
Yeah, how did the devil in Prada think about her?
Yeah, exactly.
And a Ventura.
Yeah, and I think for me, it just, all the reasons why people are liking it don't hit for me. Like, oh, it's a woman composer. We've never seen this. It's the reverse of
I've never seen a composer. Sorry.
Yeah, like it's the reverse of like Me Too against a woman. And I'm just like, none of that works for me.
Well, what I love just beyond the movie is that Lydia Tarr as a character has become a gay icon. And I think it's because we just love seeing a portrait of just a mean, horrible woman.
Old lesbian.
We love it.
Yeah. But this is kind of why I think that she'll win for Best Actress, because she was. I'm sorry.
Did you watch it?
No, I haven't seen it. I'm definitely gonna watch it as soon as I. What the fuck is happening to my tongue?
I don't know.
As soon as I get home.
Okay.
But
it's long.
It's a long movie.
Clear out your schedule.
Yeah, I will. Because I love Whiplash, and so I love this type of stuff.
I'm gonna tell you're gonna be disappointed.
Oh no.
Because I also love Whiplash.
Yeah, but I'm sorry. When Kate Blanchett was courtside at a game, they announced her as Lydia Tarr and not Kate Blanchett.
That's
so I feel
funny.
like you're talking about separating the art from the artist. You're not even separating the actress from the art.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel it's becoming like symbiotic a little bit.
Yeah, the meme culture. I don't know. There's something iconic about Lydia
Twitter
Tarr.
loves Tar.
Oh, we love Tar.
But like
too.
Instagram doesn't care, TikTok doesn't care, Twitter
and if it's,
loves Tar, and that makes me nervous.
If it is,
it's Twitter.
When do they vote on the Oscars?
Now.
You know?
Today.
They vote now. Okay, so I feel like they've been beaten over the head so much with Lydia Tarr.
She might be the forerunner. That's what I'm worried about with Everything Everywhere. Like, and with other shit.
But
it's been
Everything
like
Everywhere
overshadowed.
is literally winning everything.
I don't think it should win for directing.
No.
I don't think it will.
Because it was Kate Blanchett.
I don't think it will.
She did it.
It's her.
So the last movie on the list, I believe I'm the only one who saw it, is The Fabelmans. You can't fart a movie you haven't seen. It's incredible.
It's just it's too soon.
Shush.
It's too soon.
Shut your mouth.
Okay, I'll try.
You haven't.
I'll try. It's very hard.
The Fabelmans is the new Spielberg joint, and just fuck, man. Steven Spielberg rocks.
You love him. You love him so
can't
much.
say the Spielberg joint.
You just like you're waiting for the movie where you go, oh, Steven Spielberg's lost his touch, and it will never happen.
No.
Yeah.
And what's wild too is that Spielberg is like 900 years old. No, that's rude to Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, that is pretty rude.
He is old, right?
No. What's wild is that this is Spielberg's like 900th movie, and this might be his most playfully directed movie yet.
Oh, really?
It is not like, this is far from my favorite movie. Far from my favorite Spielberg movie, but it is And it's sad. It's obviously, you guys know, it's semi-autobiographical. It's a reflection on his childhood, but really the divorce of his parents and the infidelity and how his mom was fucking Seth Rogen and how he like channeled his sadness into art, but also then like there's these really crushing scenes where he's watching his dad tell his sister that they're getting a divorce and his sister's crying, and then he imagines himself filming it. And like, cause he can't even live in the emotions of the moment. And it's fucking crushing. But then it's also like whimsical and playful. And the final shot of the movie is a joke where the camera adjusts and it's like Spielberg winking at the audience. And it's wild. It's like, this guy just doesn't fucking quit, and I love him. And Steven, you're the greatest. You will always be the greatest. Any category that you are nominated in, you should win Best Director. Because there's no way that you can look at anyone else in any category and ever claim that they did it better than Spielberg. They will never do it better than Spielberg. That said, he's won. He's not going to win. He shouldn't win. But like, he's the fucking GOAT. And he's a GOAT in a way that we call Michael Jordan the GOAT. Yeah, but like then there's the debate like, oh, is LeBron the GOAT? I don't think that there is anybody in any art form, in any sport, in anything that can hold a candle to what this man has done. God damn, he's good.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. I think it's pretty beautiful that he's doing this movie now.
Yeah.
I think that is also like an overlooked fact. I think like the last thing he did was West Side Story, right? It was just like this grandiose thing. And then before that, what was his movie before that?
Probably Ready Player One.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Right. So like,
big fart noise too.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, I loved that movie.
oh my God.
But I think everything is just has been so huge and grandiose in his career for him to now finally feel like he has the right to do his biography and his life story is kind of beautiful.
Yeah. Well, and it's also, I've seen people say like, hey, young filmmakers, you don't need to spill your trauma when you're 25.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, why don't you wait a bit to process it
Wait a while.
and then find yourself a Tony Kushner and write your story.
Yeah.
Also hilarious that Spielberg in his biopic wrote himself a fake girlfriend that he did not have.
I think that if the movie is fully about fantasies, yeah, you should fantasize about having a girlfriend, even though you didn't have one.
If you're like Kelsey and you hear the word The Fabelmans and you make a fart noise, which I understand. Again, I did not love the movie, but if you're not gonna see it, watch the final scene from. There's a scene where he meets John Ford, and it's the end of the movie, and it's that through the final shot, and you'll get what I mean about how the final shot's just like this fun little play, and that's. Worth it alone, I'll be happy. That's all you need to see.
I'm only making fart noises again because I don't think it's the year for this. I think
agree.
Maybe last year or next year, like it could have been huge, but there's just so much other stuff that I'm like, how could we even talk about that as Best Picture?
Yeah.
Or maybe something else, like you said. Can I quickly and swiftly pivot just to mention something that's not in Best Picture that I think we just have to give a little hat nod to?
Are you saying hello to the Hive? Babylon.
Yes. What is the Hive?
The Babylon Hive.
Oh, okay. Babylon, I saw it is a 3-hour and 4-minute film.
Jeez.
Margot Robbie, Brad Pitt. Yes, we know he's problematic, and we are somehow still giving him passes. The costume design, the sound and production design, I think should go straight into their pocket. That movie was incredible. It was gorgeous. It was cocaine literally on film.
Did you watch Black Panther?
Yeah.
You think that should have been nominated for Best Picture?
No,
for costume. I think Babylon beats it, which is wild. But you're right. I've also haven't seen enough Black Panther to win things, so I do hope it wins. But I think Babylon's going to get it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know the Babylon Hive is strong. People who love that movie love it hard.
Music, I mean, visuals. It was.
If I wanted to watch Margot Robbie smoke a cigarette, I'd go to the West Side. That's all I'm saying.
She's over there.
Yeah, we've hit all the nominees, so why don't we just go through?
We haven't gotten to original song yet.
Which we do need to make a huge mention.
We do need to talk about
our
that.
Guys, our
Natu. If Natu doesn't win, I will burn this city to the ground.
Yeah, we have to say.
I think they should slick the polls like they do.
Yes.
Like they do whenever a team wins or loses.
What's crazy is that
climbing something.
We have Lady Gaga, Rihanna,
fair,
Mitski nominated, and we go, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
If our suspender boys don't bring it
They're
home,
performing, right?
They
so
are.
the singers are, and I hope that our
guys are there. They
get
gotta do a dance.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what everyone's wearing too. Oh my God.
I know that we just wrapped up on Tar, but have you read the first page of the screenplay?
No.
Garrick? Okay, this is so fucking baller. And honestly, for this reason alone, I kind of wanted to
Oh
win
yes,
Best
you told me about
Screenplay.
it. Yeah.
Based on the script's page count, it would be reasonable to assume that the total running time for Tar will be well under 2 hours. However, this will not be a reasonable film.
That's in the script?
This is the first page of the script. There will be tempo changes and soundscapes that require more time that is represented on the page, and of course, a great deal of music performed on screen. All this to say, if you are mad enough to greenlight this film, be prepared for one whose necessary length represents these practical accommodations.
Okay, first of all, fuck all the way off.
I love it.
I kind of love that, though.
I don't think that's accurate though for the movie. I did not feel tempo changes. I did not feel a journey.
Yeah, that's a good point.
music.
Like with the script of Whiplash, like it's probably has to be like, this is going to be way longer.
The reason I like it is because it's Todd Field basically putting on his like Lydia Tarr voice and being like, you're about it, almost like that introduction. Like I'm already in the world of Tar, of someone who's so up their own ass. I love it. Animated feature film. Our boy Puss is nominated,
but it's going to
Pinocchio.
Yeah, Pinocchio.
I kind of like Turning Red the most.
I did love Turning Red.
Again, should win.
Yeah, that should also. It didn't win the
Pinocchio.
Grammy for best song, but I mean, is it?
Anything else you guys want to hit in there that we've missed?
Sounds. We got the Batman. If that doesn't win for sound, I will be pretty upset.
It should win for the car scene alone when it revs.
Oh my God.
Makeup and hairstyling, again, I hope that it is Black Panther. I really do. I'm nervous they're going to give it to Elvis. Whatever. I didn't see any of the international features except for All Quiet on the Western Front.
That's always weird to me when something that's nominated for Best Picture is nominated in another category like that.
I will say for documentary feature film, which we didn't touch on any docs, which I think is a sin because you know me, I love my docs. Nilvani.
You love that movie.
Is my top 2. I think like Paris is Burning is probably the only other doc that I can say is better.
Oh, of all time.
Of all time.
Oh, wow.
Navalny is so fucking good.
What is that one about?
It's about Navalny, who it was the only rival to ever potentially be Putin's to take down Putin.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
and what happens in CNN films is
and
with
poisoned.
him.
Oh shit.
And they are right next to him, and the way that the reveal, the twist, you're just like, that's not you can't. No, that's not possible. There's no way someone wrote this.
I want to watch it.
I'm gonna watch it again today.
You're saying there's no way someone didn't write it because it's
no, you know it's a documentary, but yes, you're just like, I couldn't even write this of a twist.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well,
Go see it.
Now it's time for us to decide: are the Oscars a pleasure or guilty pleasure?
Damn, but this is a good question.
Yeah, are the Oscars a pleasure?
Is it a good question?
It is a good question.
Okay,
I'm
all
gonna
right.
say it is a guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
Like we know it is not that bitch simply for the fact that like things have not, the diversity in nominations has just like barely cracked
Sure.
the
Yeah,
surface. So
Yeah.
like we know it's not that bitch. We also know we're gonna watch it no matter fucking how mad we are about things, and it still means something even though we say it means nothing. So for that, it is a guilty pleasure for me.
That's funny.
I will also say it is a guilty pleasure, mainly because the only one that I've watched fully was the one where Parasite won.
Yeah.
Because I needed to see that movie win best picture.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can do without it. Honest, the actual production. If they were to send me the list of winners the next day,
You'd be okay?
I'd be okay with that.
Damn.
And this one I probably will also not watch all the way through.
Because it's also showing the same night as the finale of The Last of Us.
The Last of Us. I'm gonna be watching The Last of Us.
Fuck.
I'm gonna be watching The Last of Us. I'm so sorry, but yeah, you're losing me on that one.
I'm just such a freaking Oscars romantic.
Yeah,
I love it.
You're hopeful.
I love watching people's acceptance speeches. I love when they cry.
Also, the last couple of years have been fucking dramatic as hell.
Yeah. It's like the one award show that does still have like these twists and turns, and
That's fair.
I love watching with friends. Like if you're not a film buff lover, then I don't want to watch it with you because it's annoying.
yeah,
I need someone who can talk.
How many bad slap bits do you think there's going to be?
1.
2?
Yeah. I think they're gonna do slap bits. I think somebody's gonna come out with like foam head piece or something like that, like a helmet or whatever, just to be like, oh, I hope nobody hits me. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, it's gonna be annoying. I think.
Yeah. I think enough people are gonna nod to it, or the Oscars has said you cannot mention it.
Yeah. They may do that too.
They said they got like a special Oscars police
police.
Holy shit, that's so stupid.
A crisis
I can't believe that.
They should be doing the opposite. They should be.
There's a bailiff like Judge Judy.
Yeah.
At the bottom of the
They
stage.
should be getting rid of all of their security to just be like, whatever you guys want to do, go
for
fucking
it.
nuts.
It's fucking Hunger Games, bitch.
This is exactly what happens when the crime rate of a city gets too high, and then they employ like the Scorpion Force or some shit.
Not only should they not be clamping down, I think that if someone wins and the audience disagrees, they should allow them to fight for it.
We should throw shit at the stage.
It should be more like a Korean game show.
Like if Austin Butler wins, Colin Farrell has 30 seconds to get up there and steal it from him.
Yeah. By the way, it reminds me of there's a clip that's going around from it must be the Oscars. It was Best Actress. And
all
of
the
the
girls
year,
go
and
up.
all the
Amy
girls was
Poehler.
Tina Fey and Amy Poehler or whatever.
That was fun.
And they all just went up and like a beauty pageant, and it's the fucking greatest moment.
Because it's like such commentary.
That was
Yeah,
very good.
right.
Yeah. They all know it's so silly. Did you say if it was a guilty pleasure, you guys playing guilty or a pleasure?
I'm on board with you guys.
Guilty pleasure?
Whatever.
All around the round?
Or are you gonna call it a pleasure?
It's my.
Oh, right.
I still like.
Because
it.
you were excited.
No, it's fine. It's fine to still love it.
love
Of course,
it.
if it's your jam, it's your jam.
It's my jam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we have time for our pleasures this week. The whole thing is our
this is
pleasure.
our pleasure.
I mean, I'd say one of the. I mean, for me, it's Women Talking. Go check that movie out.
Yeah.
It's
Ooh.
great.
I definitely.
Well,
want
that's fun. Recommend one from this list. Mine will be Navalny.
Mine will probably be Triangle of Sadness.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, good.
I'm gonna
diversity.
probably watch that this weekend, and
Yeah, that's
I'll
really good.
get back to you guys. Also, what's so weird is that Banshees of Inisherin is like it's a short film that is somehow a movie. So
Yeah.
I would also we all love that movie.
Yeah, that movie was so well
Weird.
done that I it did feel like a short film. It felt like it was 10 minutes and it was 2 hours.
Yeah, it was a lot. I liked it.
That honestly, that's kind of my sneaky. I don't even know if it's sneaky, but that's my pick for screenplay.
Oh damn.
That's it for the Oscar special. Did you guys enjoy it?
Do you agree?
Do you want us? Yeah. Do you have opinions? Do you want us to do this again
Do you want
next
us
year?
to live tweet
Do you want us to do it live next year instead?
shit.
next year?
Yeah, next year instead of doing
I'm
it.
still fighting for a live show this year.
But I'm saying
And merch,
we
guys.
can
I'm
do a live
fighting.
show.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Throwing my neck out there.
Hell yeah,
for us.
dude. Hell yeah, dude. I'm at Corndy on all things.
I'm Kelsey Darragh on all the things.
Garrick Bernard and all the things.
And until next time.
Tar?
Just question mark?
Tar?
Tar?
Question mark?
Lydia?